Peace, love, value, and appreciation to you, Divine Soul family members out there. Thank you once again for tuning in. I appreciate you guys out there. I wanted to come and elaborate with you guys on a few things that um, have came across just recently. Some information that I have came across, and I do have some facts to furthermore drive my point home. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So I wanted to speak on how our parents are or can be the most toxic in our life or for us. So I am going to pull it all the way back to birth and how you are affected in that manner. So we have something known as the colostrum, which is a biochemical produced from the mother that actually stimulates or helps our reptilian, mammalian, and neocortex part of our brain, which actually they all have their own abilities behind the positioning of where they sit in our brain. So for example, our reptilian part of the brain deals with our instincts, which is located towards the back of our head, or back of our brain rather. And then we have the mammalian, which is the emotional state of being, or the feelings aspects of our brain, that parts that actually deals with that. And then we have the neurocortex, which obviously deals with the cognitive ability, your ability to decide, to maneuver, the critical thinking, whatever may have you. So that is the frontal lobe of our brain as well. But as you guys may know, our mothers are we use our mothers as portals to come down to this earth, and then we rely on them for the correct and sustainable guidance, protection, and overall knowledge in general. The perception of life, how things are articulated, what is it that I should do versus what I shouldn't be doing. So we rely on our parents for that manner, or our guardian, our guidance overall to furthermore help us with life and help us to basically know whatever it is that we don't know. So language, counting, speaking, walking, eating, our cognitive ability, the ability to maneuver, to decide. Our parents have a lot to do with that. And it first takes place with our formula, what it is that our parents is giving us as children. What are we intaking? So let's just start all the way back. Like I mentioned, let's begin with formula. Now, the difference between formula and breast milk, there's a huge difference, obviously, just looking at it from a higher perspective. But if you want to be a little bit more technical about things, baby formula is actual poison, and 85% of formula is actual harmful to the baby, which also includes jet fuel and other harmful, detrimental chemicals that are used to kill the baby or harm the baby. So these harmful substances or chemicals are actually triggering and hindering the development of the brain. So just by not intaking the proper nutrients and the proper, vitamins and minerals that we need to continue to evolve or help evolve the development of the brain, is being hindered by, just eating or drinking rather what it is that we are intaking at that time. So I'm going to do a little bit of hip hopping just to keep you guys, basically on the right track here. So us as children, not only what we are eating is, becoming detrimental to us, since birth, but whom it is that we are exposed to, what are we exposed to, what it is that we are living in, what is the environment, how is the environment, what is it treating us, what are our siblings and our parents treating us, what is our emotional ability, what is our level of intelligence, what is our level of cognitive ability, how are we processing information, how are we what is our perception in life? Do we feel like it is just a hateful place? Do we feel like it's a loving place? Do we feel like we can grow here? Do we feel like it's just here to keep us, distracted? Or do you feel like, what is your entire, you know, understanding of life? And that begins with the household. So in order for us to be outside, or brought up outside, we have to be brought up in the inside. We have to be raised from the inside. So that means the household has the biggest effect on us as people. So not only is it affecting, our brain and our ability to think, but it affects our perception on life, which I just mentioned. But yeah, so our environment. What is the parents teaching us? What are we always surrounded with? What is the parents giving us, on our free time? How is the parents articulating the word, quote unquote, or going about the word, um, let's just say, raising a child? How do they define that? What are the steps that they're taking to, create a prosperous being? So, some childhood traumas come from this time of being. Some people are being, excuse me if this triggers anybody, but some people can, just for example, be raped or abused or molested even. And us, let's just say if we are around the age 4, we are vibrating in our heart chakra. So every age, holds its own chakra. Every age has a root chakra behind it. So for example, let's just say the number or the ages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, it all is these chakras in alignment. And then we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, which starts over. So number 1, or age 1, would be the root chakra. 2 would be the sacral. 3, the solar chakra. 4 is the heart chakra. 5 is the throat chakra. 6 will be the pineal gland, and the age 7, you will officially be tapped into the crown chakra. So what happens between that time span is very, 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 very important, because it will basically frame your perception of life. It would frame the way that you perceive things. It would, basically, let's just say, create a base for your understanding of any and everything, all aspects of life. So, like I said, I will be jumping around a little bit, so please bear with me. But I'm going to just give you guys an example, because that was a lot of information. But let's just say a child at the age of 3, or excuse me, the age of 4, they are being abused, they are being molested, they are being closed out from the world. And at that time, they are actually vibrating in the heart chakra. They have unlocked or tapped into the heart chakra. So the heart chakra deals with love. The heart chakra deals with, unity and balance and overall emotions, feelings towards someone. So just by that child, being taken all up and through those different, damaging situations, it actually causes for this child to have a damaged heart chakra. So now this child is actually on the flip side of things. Now this child is not, being able to love the way. This child is not being able to unite the way that it should be. So my phone did get cut out just a little bit, but I do want to continue with what I was saying. So let's just start right here. We have children that are, let's just say they are at the age of 4. And 4, you're dealing with the heart chakra. So by the age of 4, you have a child or an infant that is actually intaking and releasing the ability to develop or understand the whole analogy of love and unity, because that is what the heart chakra, basically vibrates at, love. So if we have a child, let's just take a child who's in a abusive state of being, a molestive state of being, or just overall closed out, or manipulative. So let's just say that we have a 4-year-old in that particular situation. In the heart chakra, that excuse me, out from this heart chakra. They will be closed out from that euphoric feeling of love and unity because they are at a damaged state of being, which furthermore causes self hate, self cognitive dissonance, lack of, let's just say, development. This uh, actually affects your social abilities, how you view people, how you communicate with people, how you connect with people. So a child is actually being deprived or rather manipulated in a sense at a very young age, which causes for their, level of love to be hindered. Ability at a very young age, they are already stripped from that ability to love. Wow. So moving forward, we have aspects of life that are being distorted, or rather child that is being distorted at this age by not only the environment or the education or the food or the social connections, or even just how the living stability overall. So a child is a child is literally a sponge. They are intaking whatever it is that they are exposed to. So if a child is exposed to neglect, hatred, cursing, crime, fighting, drugs, war, poverty, they are going to be, let's just say, positioned or trained to, compute at that level of vibration. So, the prefrontal lobe, which many of you may be informed on, uh, is responsible for, decision making and the critical thinking, etc.